Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, Reith sent our heroes into each of their own purgatories, where they are now facing their darker selves. Now, are these really their darker selves, or are these phantoms created by Reith? I'm leaning towards phantoms because they are trying to trick our heroes into faltering and giving up and that sort of thing. So far, initially at least, our heroes were not being fooled by this charade because it is so cliché. Like, actually, they said it was a cliché. However, Lynn and Dusk are beginning to falter, especially a surprise with Dusk. He is the most faithful of the team, so the fact that he is... yeah, this is kind of a bad. Dusk lowers his head. Everything you have accused me of is true. I have hurt even my own dear friends from the other world, all of whom I feel that I have come to look up to more than anyone else in my life with the ways of the darkness that still exist within me. Jealousy, false humility, desperate fear of an unknown path into adulthood, inward rage towards all who I believe are my enemies in spite of the principles of forgiveness and love that Serena has taught me, and many other forms of evil. Hee hee hee! Dusk looks back up with a glare. Are you telling me that you have appeared before me now to invoke utter despair within me because of the darkness that you can see lying in my heart more clearly than I myself can, as the one purpose that your name carries? I probably should have wrote what their names are. Oh yeah, it's despair. Yes. Why fight me if you can never truly be rid of me? With your dark half always existing within your heart, how can you even think of picking up that sword to selflessly protect others with your very life by fighting against those on the side of evil whom you are ultimately no different from? Because I do not want you here. All you do is try to destroy what little light there can possibly exist in me. I will resist you to my darndest in order to see you gone forever. Even it turns out that I can never truly be safe from you until the day my life ends and I am taken to her embrace. I hate you, and I wish that you never existed! A gentle, familiar voice comes in. Oh, that would be one of the angels. Finally, another one of the angels has reunited with another of our heroes. No, child, that is not the answer. Remember what I once told you. The key to shunning the darkness within yourself does not lie in the adamant denial, but actually in acceptance of his existence. Otherwise, you run into constant hateful fear from him for the rest of your life. Please, do not allow Reith to overcome you this way as she has tried to before. What? Blast! Is she here again to protect you? Dusk says softly with a half smile. You are late, Miss Ares. Hee hee. Oh, hush you. Now I see. This is who you rely upon to come and save you at the last moment whenever your heart is in danger of losing to me. If not for the intervention of this stupid, ever-faithful guardian angel whose own wings are becoming just as broken as any mortal human's, you would never have made it alive past the very first day you spent in Elvania, much less this far. Dare you try to hurt my loyal human friend time and again, you monster? Please, Angel of Nobility, stand back and allow me to face him on my own. You have already graciously given me what wisdom I needed in order to accomplish this, so now, please let my own hands hold the sword of light that will smite this evil foe within me. Alright, child. Go forward on your own with my blessing, and my blessing alone. You say that I cannot ever be free of you, especially as long as I continue to naively pretend you do not exist by playing at being some sort of hero of light. And maybe you are right in that. But I will speak what is also in my heart alongside the despair that you call yourself. I cannot be strong enough on my own, yes, it is true. Darkness may be a natural part of the world just as light is, and I, as a human being just like any other, cannot help but be torn between the two. All I can do is ask for forgiveness for that darkness that is in me and try my best to go on under the loving guidance of a mother who cares endlessly for me no matter what happens. She carries that burden in my heart for me as she does for every other soul she ever birthed in this universe, and expects me to forgive myself and keep fighting for what I know is right, just as she and those who I've hurt because of my dark have happily forgiven me. And everyone in Elvenia follows Serena in these ways by being kind enough to help protect me from falling completely to you, as I wish more than anything to be able to do for them. I am who I am this day because of their love. Dusk holds out his sword at the shadow. It is not that I selfishly rely on my dear friends from the Mother's world to shield me from self-destruction. It is you who selflessly seeks to take their love away from us poor children of a darkened and ruined earth. Okay, here we go with the second of these fights. Despite this whole Dusk fighting on his own thing, Michiru is still supplying some spells to help with the fight. Speaking of which, what are we dealing with here? We are fighting Despair, who is Fire Elemental? Interesting. So, not the same element as Dusk. Also has 250 HP. We'll make this quick. I had a feeling that was about to happen. Oh, you have a healing spell? That is lame. Uri is Fire Elemental. This is causing 25% damage. Let me think about the elemental thing again. What? No, wait, lightning. So that's going backwards, so that explains why it is causing less damage. Well, good news is Dusk is not equipped with an elemental weapon. Right? It wasn't an elemental weapon. What was it? Okay, well, it's a good thing that he only has 250 HP. Swords are for slicing, not throwing. Have you not read the Evil Overlord list? Swords are for slashing, guns are for shooting. I feel like I'm mixing up my information a bit. It's been a while since I looked at the Evil Overlord list. There was something in there that mentioned throwing swords, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, you can go ahead and keep trying to heal. I'm causing just about as much damage, you're just wasting time. It's all pretty weird to me, sure. After all, Earth's ways and Elvenia's ways are like two sisters born from separate wombs, it seems. Alright, what on earth are you even saying? Calm down. I was only using one of those kinds of lines. It just seemed appropriate. Oh, right. Anyway, as I was saying, it may not have been until I had come to meet the people of Elvenia that I really began to think about all of these concepts of faith in higher beings, concern for others' well-being, etc., etc., but at least I have a pretty good perception on what is good and what is evil, and right now, all I see is this Dark Lord and monsters like him oppressing an innocent people with their might, using fear to coerce the Elvenians into submitting to their will, and there is no way that that could ever be right. And on the other hand, people such as Priyan here and nearly every Elvenian I have ever met has only tried to do things to help and lift up both myself and each other. I cannot deny this when I am reminded of Sarah's and Lyle's duty of ridding the world of physical suffering that they have sworn their lives to, Jarzy's having thrown her own frail body in front of Gorgon Ghidra in order to save our lives, knowing she faced a certain death in the so doing, and so many others. They remind me of how important it is to keep people like them safe and protected in a dying world, and it is a shame that more people, like most Elvenians, do not live in this world, Earth. Ruby's shadow sneers. Oh, and suddenly the soulless Emsu goddess of love is so valuable to you? Priyan lowers her head in shame. Well, she did save my life one time, that much I can say. And it was from the very person I came here to take down once and for all that she saved me, actually. Why, Uri says with a straight face. And besides, I can hear Priyan's voice clear as a bell all of the time, and as sexy as it sounds, even though she never actually reveals her appearance to me, I know that she has got to be nothing short of hot to look at. So, what? Okay, the fact that Uri said that with a straight face is really impressive. What does Uri look like again? Oh yeah, she's the pink harem girl. So why shouldn't I be sticking around her over someone like the Lord of Darkness? Sigh. You just don't get it, do you? Then you are telling me that you really do care about the people of Elvenia and the ones called angels who look out for Elvenia? Is it in the same way that the Elvenians care about each other, or... Again, do you simply fight for them in order to destroy the Lord of Darkness because he fits your concept of evil? Look, I have played more than enough RPGs in my lifetime to have become all too familiar with such an embarrassingly played out scheme by the bad guys as this one, and I'm not falling for it already. This is ridiculous. You act as though you love the people of Elvenia as they do each other, but you clearly do not believe in the same thing that is the driving force behind these principles of love and sacrifice that the Elvenians strive to maintain. Heaven, his angels, healing magic, the Elvenians' heightened and simpler sense of the beauty of things such as nature itself, and other such seemingly fantastical things you cannot really believe in as they do. Is that not right? Your shaky beliefs between what is the truth and what is a human fantasy meant to cope with life give you no reason to love a world of weak and cowardly creatures that does not belong to you. As a reminder, Uri's so-called darkness is apathy, and, you know, there is definitely that. I kind of agree that Uri is probably doing this just because it's right, and not because of sympathy. Please, stop this at once, Reith. My servant is not adamant enough in his will to be able to contend with this side of himself. I command you to leave us at once. Don't fight my battles for me, Priyan. I'll handle this. Now I am going to have to just rid myself of your irritating presence. With all of your contradictions to nearly everything I say, you are beginning to annoy me more than the New York cockroach. What? Is there something about New York cockroaches that I should know about? And I don't like being told what I should or shouldn't believe in by others. You are not me, or another part of myself that I try to hide from others so that they cannot see it. I refuse to believe it. Again, it's kind of true with this whole situation of apathy, but Uri doesn't care. Nor does he believe it, which is kind of fitting considering who Uri is in this adventure. Alright, so here we go fighting apathy. Apathy is also fire elemental. Well, that means we're not going to be strong against it either. Oh wait, no. That means he's weak against water. Which, of course, he's going to be strong against fire magic. Has 500 HP. It's a good thing that we swapped out equipment for this fight. It's also a bit of a shame that Uri was the only one we were having the chance to swap equipment whenever we were sent to this purgatory. This spell is probably lowering agility. Never mind. I thought it was something to be concerned about. Oh no. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, and with that guy getting the first strike, the next hit would have definitely resulted in the game over, and I would have... That's a lot of cussing for me to go back through. Boy, that was scary. Hurry, why can you not see that the only true key that lies in stopping beings of darkness such as Reith from destroying life is belief in life itself? If you were referring to the goddess of fate, Priyan... try it again. Context and enunciation is everything. If you were referring to the goddess of fate, Priyan, then please, let me come to this conclusion on my own by deciding my own convictions. For not even you can decide them for me. Okay? Yes, you are right. Thanks. Now, time to think of a way to reach the others. Oh, you know, that's a good point. How do we get out of here? No, and here we go back to Lynn, who is suffering the most from these dark, shadowy thought things. Just as I thought, coward. You are not making wisecracks anymore, now that I have given you no more cause for doubt than that I know you far better than you know yourself. Are you? I believe that this shadow is selfishness. No. No. Actually, I am not that surprised you showed up at a time like this, when I was just beginning to completely forsake all of my former ways and beliefs as a normal human earthling and establish the kinds of principles that the people of Avenia do. Now I know exactly why you said that I should just stay where I belong on such a selfish and greed-driven world as Earth, forgetting that her sister world ever existed. So, just what do you wish to say to me in order to convince me to turn back away from Serena or those who follow her, and depend on us for faithless humans? Tell me I am still too much stuck in my own self-seeking ways to live for the Ovanians' sake, I suppose? Oh, or better yet, maybe you will try to invoke reasons for a bunch of psychological confusion within me over my having come to see my spiritual aspirations in the form of one otherworldly person in particular named Tessera Allegra. Well, why not? Your fascination with a girl who is not even of the same race as yourself is something of questionable nature in and of itself, don't you think so? Would it even be such a terrible thing if it were a matter of love? And besides, as if it even mattered to you, that isn't even the case. You've changed in a lot of ways, I think, all four of us, since having begun this journey through a world of people as different from those of Earth as day is from night. It seems a lot better to believe in others, and yes, even a higher being, rather than oneself, really. I found that life can be so much easier this way, because everyone in this crazy universe makes mistakes all too many times in their lives, the consequences resulting in evil, and that is why others are needed there to be able to help carry the burden of that person when he or she falls. I think we are all like that, really, and the only way to keep this light that is believed to be on Elvinia's side alive is by our trying to help eliminate each other's darkness. And right now, the only darkness that I see in myself or any of the Elvinians is what the Lord of Darkness himself has tried to instill within us in order to covet all that they say the Goddess of Fate tried to create out of love, and that is why I am here to fight that. This is why Uri, Harrison, and Dusk are here as well, and that is why Tessera is here. Us four are not the only ones fighting, you know. In spite of their fear of imminent destruction, the people of Elvinia fight in their own way, right there beside us. And when I think of Tessera, I'm reminded of how my life on Earth was spent seeking power for myself, seeing nothing in life beyond my education at this very school and the aspiration I had for what lofty, elite profession lay beyond that, not even really ever caring about other people's problems, or that, maybe, instead of human life being nothing more than a meaningless battle where only the most cunning and ambitious can survive at the expense of others and of any sense they might have of good and evil, life was a gift given by someone in the heavens who intended for us all to live in hope for something greater, and a belief in each other. Such is the kind of world that the Earth remains, and sadly, it was the reality for me that I had to return to after every time I close the fantasy book that is the world of Elvinia. And that is where Tessera is different. I observed her for a long while since the day I met she and Bolus in Meadows, her actions, her principles of hope and self-sacrifice, and I found that I wanted the same kind of heart that she had. I wanted to believe in this light of hers. I think that Uri and the others may have done what I did as well, finding a particular reason for believing in a mother that would protect her world from darkness, and living in devotion to that kind of cause, through one Elvinian in particular. My savior came in the form of an elf girl, oddly enough, named Tessera. I owe much to her for what she has done for me, that's all. And she probably doesn't even realize it. Silver Shadow hides a laugh. Now what? You're really starting to piss me off. This is ridiculous. You are not making any sense. First you say that your motivations and convictions in life have changed since learning to fight for and protect the good and noble world of Elvinia. Then you tell me that you selflessly and justly fight for the sake of just one person, as though she were some pure and holy angel who has influenced your entire existence to a greater light. So, which is it you hold precious? Or do you dedicate your life to now, Tessera, or all of Elvinia? Both, I suppose. Is that supposed to be an unreal or impossible desire to fulfill? Do you think you can have both? If anything you have declared in such a show of adamancy to me even rings true, then choose one or the other, for crying out loud. You're just fooling yourself into believing that you are becoming a different person through your involvement in this whole struggle over Elvenia, and that the ones who dwell within her are doing anything to help you to that end. Now you understand why I am called the selfishness within you. You have made your selfishness painfully clear to me. And worse yet, you know not even the dangerous hands that you have left your angelic little Tessera to fall into since you and your friends went away back to Earth. Do you? What then? Are you going to go cry to Chermies because I insulted your integrity? Forget it. I don't need a higher being like a guardian angel to kick your sorry behind. Okay. This is certainly a rough conversation you are having. Okay, so here we go with a fight against selfishness. He's got 400 HP. It is interesting that Dusk is the only one that has a darkness that has less health. It would be really funny if this worked. Let's try it. It worked. Okay. Now, how do we avoid making you not confused? You can boost your own attack by 10. Boost your agility, boost your guard. You can't lower his own stats. And as far as boosting attack, your options are kind of weak. Well, let's just throw a spell at him. I think that does, in fact, knock you out of confusion. I don't think there's anything that doesn't. So let's guard and see what happens here. You do that to yourself. Try this one more time. And that was a waste. Okay, let's go ahead and just do regular attacks now. Lynn, I definitely kind of wish I had the opportunity to... My phone is ringing. I am recording right now and cannot talk, so whatever it is... Okay. I am hopeful that I do not lose this fight. I was just kind of distracted, and that's kind of a bad thing. Oh, thank goodness. Do some more healing, please. So, in case anybody is wondering, I should be quitting right now, but, can't. Please stop boosting your defense. You have way too much health to be doing that, and I got nothing that can really cause that much damage to you. Definitely wishing that I had the opportunity to swap out Lynn's weapon. Am I sure that I don't have anything that could help out in this situation? I mean, I could do this, but he might boost his defense some more. And 6 attack is not going to be terribly helpful. Yeah, that's pretty weak. Go figure that the last of these is the toughest to take out. Wait a sec. It just occurred to me that you were using spells that cost HP. Oh, that definitely helps a lot. Well then. You're dead. You're dead. Come to think of it, one of the other bosses was doing the same. Ah, you will be sorry for this, Lyn. You'll see that you truly are no better than a common petty earthling human because of the fate you left Sarah to. If you save at this point, be sure to do so on another slot, for you will not be able to return to the world map from here if you game over. Are we at the end of the memory card? No? No, this doesn't seem to be... Doesn't seem to be... I won't be able to return to the world map from here. Well then, I guess I'll save here just in case. I should be okay though. Why am I not going to... Oh. Have we not fought Dusks yet? I thought we did fight Dusks. We did. Well, I'm out of time. And I am thankful for the save point, although I am kind of wanting to see what happens next. But I will happily accept the save point. So, we'll end this today, and next time we'll find out what else is there.